He's JaqJaq.
He's some guy we found off the street.
Exactly. And they let me watch The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian.
What is this new streaming
Disney
service?
Plus. Disney Plus, which we probably should spend the whole thing talking about, because I looked at it last night as far as like catalog and stuff like that, because it showed up like at like 11:30 last night or something. I noticed it was there.
That means for you late night people, you got to see Mandalorian
Yeah,
first.
you already saw The Mandalorian, but we just saw it, and we are going to talk about it. But before we talk about it, what do we need to tell them?
Spoilers?
We are probably going to spoil the heck out of this thing. So
Episode 1 only, though, because there's only one episode.
no, we're only going to spoil episode 1. Episode 2, we're not going to spoil at all.
Well, we didn't go down, but if we went down, we would see there's only one episode.
I did go down. I did down. There's only one episode there. Yeah. In fact, here.
Oh, I'll show you.
I got the handy dandy remote, and I don't know if you can see it. There's only one episode.
No, it's chapter 1, not what episode.
Okay,
1.
so there's one chapter. It's only 40-something minutes, which was a little bit disappointing. I gotta tell you, I wanted an hour. But other than that,
Technically, it would be an hour with commercials.
if we go to suggested, we get lots of cool stuff. What's this? Empire of Dreams, the story of Star Wars. What's under extras? Oh, just the trailer. Details, not much.
Hey, in case you guys are curious, this was released in 2019.
2019, baby.
And it's science fiction, family, action, and adventure.
Yep.
In case you were curious.
Oh yeah. So anyway, we were watching that, and we wanted to talk about it. So, first of all, impressions.
Wow,
We'll get-
wow, 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 wow.
Wow. What made it wow for you?
Just like the whole, like how they really, one, it almost felt like it was a movie. Like I forgot we were watching a TV show. Just
Until
with how,
it abruptly ended.
yeah, and with how they were doing the entire cinematography, like you could literally put this and make it into a movie, or say this was the movie, and I would believe it. And all the fights were really well choreographed.
Well, Jon Favreau, who plays Happy in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, also the director of the original Iron Man, he might have directed more in the MCU, who is a huge Star Wars fan, kind of like J.J. Abrams is a huge Star Wars fan, wanted to make this, and I believe he co-wrote, at the very least, the first episode, if not multiple episodes. I know he kind of came up with the story, crafted the story, so I already expected it to be well. Now, interestingly, it kind of felt like a Clint Eastwood Western. Wouldn't you say that? Wouldn't you say it felt like a Western there, James? Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, there was you got the gunslinger, which is the Mandalorian, who's an awesome character. Can't wait to know more about him.
But we got a little bit insight into his past.
So we got the gunslinger, and then we got the bad guys, the ones he's going after. Cool cameo by Carl Weathers. He plays the guy that's the bounty hunter guild guy that's giving him the jobs, giving him the bounties to go after.
Wait, the first one or the second one?
The first one, the African American guy that was sitting in
the
the
one that
cantina.
sent him to the other guy.
Yes, the one that
Okay.
sent him to what's his name, Werner Herzog, I think his name is, or something like that. He's the one that's got the line, "Bounty hunting is a complicated profession." He's got that line. I think his name is Werner or something. Anyway,
Wanted dead. No, wanted preferably alive, but
we can do this hot or cold.
will be a cut if less. That's not what we agreed on.
Oh,
Bounty
that's that.
hunter.
Preferably alive, right? And
Yeah.
then
And then he's like, we'll less payment for dead.
it's actually right after the line. He goes, "Bounty hunting is
No,
a
it's before.
complicated profession." It's right after that he says, we will accept."
No, because then the one guy said, after he said accept the lower payment, the one guy next to him said, that's not what we talked about. We talked about alive.
We're gonna have to watch it again.
Okay, Dad, let's go.
Yeah, we'll do that when we finish our review.
Oh.
So,
I'm totally right, by the way. If I'm right, I'm gonna comment down saying I was right, he was wrong.
okay, so if he is saying bounty hunting is a complicated profession, after he says it's preferably alive, and then he goes on, he says it after that, and then goes on to talk about that he'll accept it dead, or alive. Okay, we'll see.
You'll comment. I say he says the dead
One of
before.
us will comment. One of us will comment. So, I'm right, by the way.
No, I'm right.
Trust me. Trust me. Anyway.
Just because he's older doesn't mean you have to trust him. There's several older people I don't trust. I just started a fight there. I'll put the shovel down.
Going back to, it was some...
The shovel's down, guys.
Some interesting, I don't know if they were Easter eggs or not, but we saw a Kowakian, which is the Salacious Crumb character from Jabba the Hutt's, the little, I don't even know what you call him. He looks like a rat almost, right? The little rat kind of guy.
A weird face.
Is from Kowak. He's a Kowakian, and they see one of them being roasted while the other one has to watch. Talk about torture, right? I mean, you're
He's
watching.
next.
You're watching probably your buddy, maybe your brother or your sister being cooked alive so somebody can eat them, and your neck's in a cage. So there was that. That was interesting.
He's probably dessert.
Right. We did. Not only did we get reference to the great mythosaur, we actually saw the skull sigil of the great mythosaur, which is what usually Boba Fett has. Actually, I think it's on this shoulder. Boba Fett usually has it. It's from Clan Clador or something like that. And supposedly they're all gone, but a lot of Mandalorians use that symbol as a as just a reference of strength, because the Mandalorians used to ride the great mythosaurs, which apparently could get like city level size, so like Godzilla, and they used to ride them apparently.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
That's all I can say, or we might get copyrighted. Right there, that's all I can say, or we might get copyrighted.
Yeah, we lost that. Yeah. So we did see that. We did see the skull symbol, which was kind of cool. I wonder if this is going to be part of that clan, because this wasn't just like an imprint somewhere. Like
this was like a full.
They had like a full metal like thing.
Yeah, again, there is a blacksmith there, so she could have just made it. Just because.
True, but I'm kind of wondering if
or
it's the old
at least
clan.
I think it's a she. We actually have no idea who the blacksmith's gender or whatever is.
It kind of sounded like a female voice, but you're right. We don't know. And besides, maybe never mind.
We don't want to dig into that hole.
Right. So, but that brings up a very interesting point. There are more than one Mandalorian in the movie, show, TV. thing.
I got you now saying movie.
I know. There was at least. I mean, there was like a clan, which was kind of cool.
We saw several. Like we saw from like kids running around,
Kids
like,
running
full
around.
adults.
Some were playing games, some were guarding. Then, of course, there was the blacksmith character. That was all pretty cool.
Well, it looks like the planet. Our main character mostly is on.
Yeah.
Like, this looks like his home planet, and they.
Well,
were there.
where they're calling home, I
Yeah.
would say. No, I don't know if that's his home.
Because a lot of Mandalorians at this time don't actually live on Mandalore.
Yep. But I do got to tell you that there was a lot of stuff put in the trailer that was made to be a little misleading. For example, when he is standing with all the stormtroopers around him, that's not the kind of. It almost looks like stormtroopers had kind of come to get him, and he was going to fight his way out. And that's not
They were
exactly
protecting the other guy.
They were protecting the other bad guy. Well, we don't know that he's bad, right? He's the guy wanting the bounty.
Well, after seeing what he wants.
So why don't we talk about that? The asset that the Mandalorian goes after,
And the droid tries to kill.
and an IG-11 droid shows up and goes after the bounty as
That
well.
one.
Yep, that one over there.
I think you were pointing at something different, but okay.
Whatever. The point is that the asset was a surprise that makes me can't wait till episode 2. What was the asset?
A baby Yoda.
A baby Yoda. Now we don't know actually what Yoda's species is. It's never actually
They
mentioned.
do mention though, it's how like I thought they said the asset was 50 years old, and they're like this species age differently.
Right. So now that makes 3 total of Yodas. We know Yoda, then Yaddle, which appeared on the council.
We literally just looked up, and that's its actual name. I never even knew that.
Her name.
Oh, her,
I
sorry.
did know that. And then now this one, which has just been referred to as the asset, seeing it's a baby. We have no idea where they got the baby. Baby Yoda type character. We have no idea if it's force sensitive.
They got it from space.
That's right. 'Cause
Somewhere in space.
The Force birthed it. That planet that Yoda went to at the end of Clone Wars.
Well, actually, I guess that would match up timeline-wise. That's the ironic bit.
Well, this is actually happening after the fall of the Empire. So this is happening after Return of the Jedi.
Oh yeah, because he makes him mention that it's the Empire now.
Yeah,
the Republic's fallen.
Pre-war, pre-Empire, or something like that.
Yeah, he makes him mention about the Republic's gone.
When he gets the Beskar medal which is the armor, what they make the Mandalorian armor out of. There was something else I was going to mention. The IG-11 droid was kind of cool, but
I just like his interaction with him.
Yeah, he doesn't like droids, so that makes it very interesting.
Especially since one's standing right next to him in the thing. I think there's going to be more of these droids we're going to be seeing throughout the series.
Or IG-11 returns?
No, he shot him clear through the head.
Yeah, but maybe he can be returned. I mean, it's a robot. Maybe he can be brought back. Maybe he won't have his memory, but they repurpose him. Maybe he repurposes him.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe the Mandalorian repurposes him.
We still don't know who that girl is.
Not yet, but maybe that's an episode 2 thing. I mean, come on, they gave us a lot in episode 1. So, I have spoken. That's a line from the guy, the blurb. It's a blurb, right? What do you call those things that look like the thing that gets turned inside out on Galaxy Quest? The 2 feet with the big mouth. He called it a blurb, right?
It was a blurb.
I think he called it a blurb. So the blurb herder guy, that's what he says. I have spoken, which is Nick Nolte.
And then he tries to pay him for his help, and he denies it.
Right, because he wants them gone. And I gotta say that they've done a pretty good job at getting everybody but the Yoda asset character gone. Looked like they killed everybody else, right?
Yoda was the real mastermind behind this all.
So, we give this a thumbs up, right? I give it a thumbs up. Oh, I did it again.
Welcome to what's been part of the episode is the TV not wanting to work with us.
Nah, timing out and going into screensaver, which is normally.
But we've been dealing with this problem.
I give it a we give it a thumbs up. So I looked. I looked. If the original printed schedule, which apparently is subject to change, was it? We're gonna get another episode. We got the episode today, Tuesday, on the 12th. Then we're gonna get an episode on Friday. Then we're gonna get an episode every Friday, except like the second to last one's on a Wednesday for some reason. So it looks like they'll be coming out every Friday till up to the end of the year. So. Looking forward to seeing where this goes. Apparently, there's already read on one article that season 2 has already been announced, so they're already expecting it to be extremely.
It's Star Wars.
Well, it is Star Wars, but it's a different kind of Star Wars. Like we said, it's kind of got like a Western kind of feel. It didn't, there were no lightsabers. There were blasters and stuff like that, but there were no lightsabers. It had some interesting things going on. But also, I will say that as much as happened. It also kind of felt like it was setting things up, right? I mean, like it was a little bit slow in the middle, and it didn't have started with a little bit of action, ended with a little bit of action, and then of course there was the big surprise of who the asset is, or at least what type of species the asset is. But it was a little bit slow moving, but I mean it was good setup. Now it'd be interesting to see where it takes it.
Especially since we still haven't met one of the characters on this title on the screen.
Yeah. Yeah, and actually it was kind of cool because you could see the little Yoda character reaching up as he was reaching in.
Right before the credits started.
Makes me wonder if that character is Force sensitive, especially seeing the only other 2 Yoda species characters that we know are Yoda and Yaddle, and both of them are highly Force sensitive.
Both were on the council.
Both were on the council, the Jedi Council, and both are highly Force sensitive. So it
their
would not be
child?
surprised. Well, if it's only 50 years old, yeah, right. Because
could be.
If you back up, if this is after Return of the Jedi, and then Return of the Jedi is
because then it'll explain why it's such.
What it's like 40 years after the end of Revenge of the Sith.
It came from 2 Force people.
So yeah, that's a good 50 years old. That might be just about right for this to be the baby of Yoda and Yaddle. Which would be a forbidden thing because Jedis aren't supposed to. Well, I guess they
but
can.
But Obi-Wan's done it. Anakin's done it.
No. It says Jedi aren't supposed to get married because of attachment. Maybe they're allowed to procreate all that they want, but they just can't. They can't marry.
What's wrong?
Yeah. Well, it's
you can't
attachment.
marry anyone, but you just procreate whatever you want.
You can go ahead and pop babies out all you want.
You just can't marry them. So it just sounds really.
Well, I don't know. But that's an interesting. That would be a really cool, interesting tie-in if this turns out to be Yoda's.
Disney's just watching
and
this
Yaddle's
show. Take
Yeah.
that down.
It's like that meme that I love where it says, "Okay, so you come up to the GM goes, you come up to a warehouse, and one of the characters go, is this like a werewolf where it transforms into a creature?" And GM scribbling quickly, "It is now." I doubt anyone from Disney will watch this.
You don't know.
That's true. I don't know. We have like 40 subscribers.
Disney, if you somehow watch this, please sponsor us.
Bring us on as voice characters.
We can do all kinds of things.
Okay.
All kinds of things we can do.
He's been wanting a voice acting job for a while.
I have been
now,
wanting
so
a
you
voice
just be
acting
like fulfilling his dream right
It
there.
would be right here, right now. It would be so awesome.
He's on another one of these rants.
Yes, I'm going on a rant. Yes, all will come with me. We'll just go right on down. We'll just have a whole grand old time.
He's gonna be doing this for a little while.
Well, see what happened here is he done started. Now I just gonna finish it because I was taught when I was a youngin' that I'm supposed to finish things.
Fights, not you going on a rant.
Anyway, I guess now we'll stop the video. You know what I'm talking about, yeah? Anyway, yeah. So, The Mandalorian. We loved episode 1. Good setup, ready to go. Looking forward to episode 2
I have to watch. Okay. Yeah, we're looking forward to episode 2.
on Friday, which means we'll watch it like early Saturday morning because James has to be at a football game
Yep,
for the band.
Sorry, playoff games. I don't have any control over it.
And then we'll see where this goes.
They could just lose.
I like the idea, and you called it first, at least out of us, you called it first, if this is somehow Yoda's child, and I would imagine Yoda and Yaddle would be the connection.
Remember,
Which
you
would-
can procreate all you want, you just can't marry.
Which should make it a Force user. Should make it like a very Force-sensitive character. So that
Hence
would be
why
kinda
someone would want it.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
interestingly,
too much
they
fun.
had it, yeah, I know, but they had it in this compound and it was guarded by a bunch of characters that we have no idea what their connection was. Right?
They
I mean,
could have
like,
stolen it for someone else.
they may have stolen it. Were they thieves who had stolen this baby?
Well, remember, the one guy mentioned that they've been here for a while.
Right. And because this is an outer rim planet and it's kind of out of the way,
It's like Texas.
it could be that they were sent there to, hide this baby and keep it safe too, right? And that's why there were so many of them, because I guess they knew
Yeah,
people
because the
were
droid
coming.
was ordered to kill, while the other guy was told he could come in alive.
Right, and they're out there in a remote part that you can only get there. Well, I guess the droid could walk, right? But outside of the droid, you needed those blurb things to get them
I
out
would
there.
be surprised if the droid had to somehow use one.
Maybe, yeah. So I mean, it definitely was. Not only is it a planet that people go to have a peaceful, quiet life and be left alone.
That reminded me a lot of Texas with how, some of the things they were doing.
Okay. And on top of that, they went to a remote area of this planet. It definitely seems like they were trying to protect this baby, but
Either
who were
protect
they?
it or hide it from someone.
And wouldn't hiding it, I mean, depending on how long they've been there, and they never established that. They said they've been there for a while, but they never established how
They
long.
never said if they've been there the whole 50 years, if they've been there longer, if they've been there only 2 months.
No, but what if they've been there since the fall of the Jedi, right? So that 40-ish years, 45-ish years, right? Not the whole 50 years of the life, but because Yoda knew that the baby had to be hidden. Just like he
Especially
knew
when
about
Anakin
Luke
went
and
on a
Leia.
killing spree.
Huh?
Especially when Anakin went on a killing spree.
Killed all the younglings.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely wouldn't want to have your kid in there.
No.
Be the one
Not
that...
sending my kid to school that day.
Wait, this means I don't have to go to school? Yes!
Yes, if we find out that there's an out of control Anakin Skywalker with an active real lightsaber at your school, you don't have to go.
Things can be arranged.
Yeah, I'd like to see the real lightsaber. Okay. So, anyway, we're gonna go ahead, make sure you've liked and subscribed if you're seeing this from linked
Hit that
anywhere.
bell.
Hit the bell. Hit the bell. Bing, 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 and get to know all about
And
us.
of course, if you're watching this in the future, you'll find out the comment of who was right.
Yeah.
Me.
No, I don't think so.
Whoa, did it change again?
It did. And it probably had been like that for a little while, and I just noticed and put it back. So, oh well.
Nice.
So,
Right there.
looking forward to episode 2. We will catch you sometime this weekend with that and let you know how fantabulous it is.
Because I doubt it'll be bad.
We'll also be having a review coming in of, oh, well, that makes sense. Now I understand why it's coming out. It's Friday, and Wednesday the 18th, and then Friday. I know why. That's that Friday that Rise of Skywalker comes out. So that's why they backed it up to Wednesday. So you can watch that Mandalorian episode, then go watch Rise of Skywalker. Which we'll have a review of, too. It's going to be awesome.
That's going to be like an hour and a half review. So just warning you guys ahead of time.
Yep.
Because, we need to fill you in on everything first of the other movies.
Gosh, yeah. We've got 8 movies and a couple
Is
of
it 8 now?
spin-offs. Well, if you count the spin-offs. So you got episodes 1 through 8, because this is episode 9.
So
Then you've got
9,
Rogue
10,
One.
which would...
You got Rogue One, and you got Solo.
And then you have to count in the TV shows.
And then you got to count in. So when you start talking about counting it, right? We've got to count. Well, if we go with the, what do you call it? The machete order, right? You watch 4, 5, stop, go back and watch 1, 2, 3 as like a
With
flashback.
the Clone Wars in between 2 and 3.
Right. Actually, you should start with Rogue One, then start A New Hope, then.
No, wouldn't it be Rogue One then Solo A New Hope?
Correct. Rogue One. No, Solo's before Rogue One. Solo's
So
before.
it'll be Solo, Rogue One, New Hope.
But you could do Solo as a flashback. So
Okay.
you would do.
Yeah, I guess you could because it's more.
Right, so you
talked
do
about his
Rogue
character.
One, Episode 4, Episode 5, go back to Episodes 1, 2, 3,
With
pick up 1, 2,
Clone Wars.
Clone Wars television, the movie and the television series,
Then 3.
Then 3.
Then Rebels.
then
Or is
Rebels.
Rebels
No,
after
I think
Solo?
you're right. I think no, then Solo, then
Then
Rebels.
Rebels.
Then go back and get 6, 7, 8, 9.
Wait, we didn't add Resistance into that.
I don't know where that fits in.
We don't know either.
I think that fits in
I
the.
think that's close to Rebels. I want to say.
I actually
Because
think.
I've seen some things from because Chopper from Rebels is in there.
Oh, is he? I
I've
actually
seen an
don't
episode
know.
that looked like it was Chopper.
I don't know. We didn't.
We need to watch that.
We cut our cable before that came out, and now we're going to be able to watch it on Disney Plus because it's on here. At least season 1 is. So I don't know. I thought it was more forward of. I thought it was more like Force Awakens era, but maybe it's
It
not.
looked like it had Chopper in it.
Well, it might have. It might have.
Cause,
So
yeah, because I thought the Empire. They were still talking about the Empire being big.
and somewhere you got to watch that one too. So that's just our way of telling you how to watch all the movies.
So I know we're doing the weekend before,
Yeah.
the week of,
Well, it's if you watch all 8 movies, right?
plus
they're-
the TV shows.
I think somebody said that clocks in at about 20 hours. Then if you add
Ooh,
in,
does this mean I won't be able to go to school that week because I'll be too busy doing stuff? Actually,
Well-
wait. I think the week that comes out, I have finals, so I can't get out of school.
no, it's right before Christmas break, right?
Yeah, which means
Yeah.
I would have finals.
Anyway, we will be with that
Actually,
note.
no, it might be the week after.
With that note, we're gonna cut this Mandalorian episode 1. Go ahead and watch it.
Before I
It's
go on
fun.
a rant about my school.
It's fun. It's exciting. It's like a Western, but it's also like Star Wars. It's got a few quirkiness things to it that are kind of cool. We need to see where it goes.
Really cool action scenes for the ones they do have.
Absolutely.
Great,
Absolutely.
already great lines to already say.
Already a few lines picked up. Yep. Bounty hunting is a complicated profession.
He's gonna be quoting this whole week. I can already call it.
I have spoken.
Told you.
Yep.
Just be quoting this all week.
All right. So we're gonna let you go. Catch us later. Bye.
Bye.